All right, guys, Shotty T here with an update video. I actually recorded this earlier this morning, but it did not save, so therefore we're doing it again. You're not really gonna miss anything between the first rendition and the second, outside of me during the black market store, because I want some of you guys to see that, but we'll just have to save that for another video. So first and foremost, make sure you collect your 300 diamonds from this delayed issue notice. But let's go ahead and dig into the server updates. And there's a big one. There's a big one. So make sure you take note. Staff Officer Monica has received the latest update improvements. A lot is going to be related to the Canyon Storm battlefield. Obviously, whenever you have a new game mode that comes in, there might be some bugs, there might be some imbalances, you might have some complaints, you might have some people cheating the system. So obviously, you got adjustments here to make it a little bit more fair, and there could be future tweaks, but we will see what these results come in when the next Canyon Storm happens tomorrow. And by the way, I will be recording that and posting it to the channel because I'll be taking tomorrow off, so no interruptions at all. All right, so base severely wounded rate during battles adjusted from 60 to 70%. So increased wounded rates, that means you got to kind of make sure that you're preserving your troops wisely. You have that one chance to heal all troops. Like even if you lose all of them, you literally can heal all of them, but you only can do that once. So this kind of accelerates the troop loss rate by extra 10%, or at least that goes to the hospital, put it that way. So, and again, I'll show you all that action tomorrow. And rule breakers, which are the one on the side that has one alliance, faction members have the passive skill Stand Ready, which reduces their severely wounded rate in battles by 20%. So apparently, based off these first two updates, it lets me know that the one versus two, even though the the first team, the team that has one side, had more buffs and a little bit more durability, it still was a slight disadvantage to them. So what they're doing is just balancing it out to where now they're not they're losing troops at a lower rate. So that's pretty cool. And Serum Factory buff refresh cooldown adjusted from every 5 minutes to every 4 minutes. So and you'll see that in action because usually you'll have like some type of skill, whether it's healing or some type of machine gun turret, uh, every 5 minutes, but now it's 4 minutes. So now you're gonna get more concentrated action, which we all like action, right? All right, next we have adjusted faction point production speed for some buildings. So this is key, pay attention. Data center changed from 25 points per second to 20 points per second. Sample warehouse changed from 20 points per second to 15 points per second. So both of those went down. All right, now the power tower changed from 40 points per second to 50 points per second. And the virus lab changed from 100 points per second to 120 points per second. So these two buildings made the biggest shift in changes. Of course, no other changes to the rest of them. But let's take a look at it real quick. So we got the Canyon Storm battlefield tab. So this is the virus lab. So this is the one that's in the middle of the map that opens later in the matchup. And then of course you have the power tower, same thing. It doesn't open right away, but you'll get a chance to see all that in action. Now these outside ones, you got the Serum Factory, and you have I guess, the defense system. These are 20, but there are going to be a lot of other buildings to capture because that doesn't mean that the other stuff on the outside isn't important because they do provide buffs, and buffs gives you some sort of edge. So we don't want this to be a situation where everybody is huddled up at the virus lab because it gives the most points. And yeah, ultimately the points are key to victory, but these other buildings that give you buffs also matter. So just make sure that you are still, if whatever system that you guys have, we have our strategy that's still in the works, but at least it's a plan. So it looks like it's going to be pretty solid, but I'll show you guys that tomorrow when we get into our live action. So looking forward to sharing that with you guys. So those are all the Canyon Storm Battlefield updates. So make sure you pay attention. And the feedback that I've gotten is great. And also for people that are at the end of season 2 on backwards, do not have this, because some of the rewards that you get or certain stuff that you don't accumulate until later into the games that kind of makes sense. They don't kind of give you a head start on stuff that hasn't been introduced in your timeline yet. All right, so let's continue. Number 2, radar system optimizations, improve clarity of radar event background images and opening animation performance. When radar task remaining time is below 1 hour, a reminder will trigger that radar tasks that are about to expire. So we've talked about this in prior versus videos, like on days that you have to save your radar tasks to open on day 1 or day 3 or day 5 for versus. You don't want to complete them unless you got that special survivor. Then you open like the first 6 and then save the rest. But if you have those radar tasks that show up that don't have a red dot next to them, if you don't at least start those radar tasks, then they will expire after 8 hours. 'Cause that's usually the expiration time. So the key is to start those tasks, and then once you complete them on the world map, do not complete them in the radar screen. Don't click on them with the red dot, because then you'll lose the ability to get points for the next day versus. So just give you a better example. Let's say treasure dig, 'cause that's our favorite radar task, right? So if you have a treasure dig that you want to prefer to save for day 1, 3, or 5, but it expires in 8 hours, what you simply would do is initiate that treasure dig for your teammates to gather it, and hopefully you can collect it yourself, but at the very least you'll get participation rewards. And then you would collect the rewards on the world map up here. You would collect it up here where you would normally see like an icon for collecting rewards. But when you get to your radar map where you see the treasure map, you do not click on that. So you save that for the next day. So that's simple. And you see some of these radar task illustration enhancement. It does look better from before, from what I can see there. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's continue here. Radar interface will display the commanders currently use base skin, which you just saw there. It had showed my helicopter. I'm rocking that for the time being. Added unlock reminder for quick perform functions when the radar system reaches level 5. Optimize effect descriptions for benefits gained when upgrading radar level. All right. Added several selectable time options when scheduling zombie siege, 15, 30, and 45 minutes. So just kind of make it more structured. Number 4, added display of current severely wounded units ratio in hospital to the quick heal button at the bottom of the main interface. When it reaches 100%, severely wounded units will be unable to enter the hospital and will be killed directly. So this has always been in the game, as far as whenever your severely wounded reaches 100% and your hospital is at full capacity, then you'll just directly lose units. But what this is telling you, it now gives you a ratio set where you know when your hospital is about to be full. And sometimes that does help, especially if you're in a heavy battle and you want to try to at least pace yourself using that healing and help button. So that way you're not over making your hospital too full and losing troops at a unnecessary faster ratio. So that's very important. All right, number 5, after using replenish all for hero EXP, interface pop-up will no longer close automatically, and added use all EXP items button. Event hub optimizations, added a note when your to-do list is empty for the day. Added alliance exercise scheduling reminders for the R4 and R5 members. So those are for your leaders and your alliance. And that's important because you obviously want to have as many, if not all, your leaders participate in the alliance exercise. Of course, if they got personal matter or work, whatever the case might be, I mean, that happens. But the reason is because all your boosted rallies come from your alliance leaders, and you got your 5% rallies, you got your 2.5% rallies for your people that don't have specific title roles like warlord, muse, butler, or recruiter or leader. So just make sure that's kind of like a reminder there. Number 7, completed covert missions will no longer occupy coordinates on the world map and will no longer prevent bases from teleporting to those coordinates. So I'm guessing this is when I guess when you lose troops in battle, when you get zeroed off the map and your teammates clear the rubble and reserve your spot. I'm guessing the uh, whenever that timer expires, you can't tele other people can't teleport. That's what I'm thinking. If it's something else, let me know in the comment section. All right, number 8, optimize description in certain daily tasks for some languages. Unclaimed rewards for the muster in for battle, which not quite familiar with that when that happens, but it will be sent via mail when the event ends. So just another thing that is foolproof where you don't miss out on rewards that you've gotten that you didn't know you gotten. So simple enough. When a new season begins, remaining old season resource in the inventory will be converted to profession EXP. Added a display toggle for hero recruitment ticket acquisition prompts in the settings. This function will automatically turn off when your base level reaches 25 and above, and the commanders can turn this function on or off. So in the past, whenever you did anything that gained you hero recruit tickets, you'll get like some type of bar that pops up somewhere where you see this part of this screen. It'll like be a bar that'll just increase your ticket inventory. And sometimes that can be pretty annoying. It gets in the way of certain things that you do sometimes in the game. So now it says here that it automatically turns off when you reach level 25. So you don't get that annoying pop up. But you also have the ability to manually turn it on or off if you just like to keep track. Have the game let you know. But it's very simple. Just go to the tavern and you can just see how many hero tickets that you have. Ghost Stop missions that cannot be plundered due to different war zone groupings and Ghost Stop events will no longer display plunderable bubbles. So if it's not in your group, especially if you save coordinates from servers that are way ahead of your timeline or way behind, you can't plunder their Ghost Stops. You can only plunder people that's within your grouping. That's all it's saying there. Added the @mention function for other commanders in group chat, and I finally got the ability to tag people, like because before today, I didn't have the ability to tag people. Just hit the button, so it's a nice feature. Some of you guys have already had this for months, so like Rashad, get yourself a new phone. This is a new phone, and that's the funny thing. It didn't have it, but now I can tag people. So, so some people in my alliance, you're gonna get kind of. I'm gonna tag, 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 tag. All right, so just be ready. Poke, 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 poke. All right, so number 14. After Desert Storm Battlefield registration ends, participant confirmation will be sent via mail immediately. So funny thing happened last week with the new merge combined alliance that we have. There's a lot of activity. So when Desert Storm registration started, uh, usually around Sunday reset, I went to bed early and I woke up Monday. Registration was full, and it's first come first served. Those are the rules that we have. So I missed out on Desert Storm registration. Didn't participate in Desert Storm for the first time in like several months, probably like a year. So not gonna make that mistake again, right? So yeah, so make sure that you register for Desert Storm timely. Otherwise, you snooze, you lose. All right, added sound effect reminder when commanders are mentioned in other channels. So if you got your sound setting on and you're in our alliance, you're gonna get annoying notifications. I'm pretty sure you'll probably just turn the audio off on your game at that point. So yeah, you got your bug fixes there. Make sure you collect your 100 diamonds. And again, when I recorded it earlier, I did do the black market, but unfortunately, you didn't get a chance to see it. But what you will be able to get a chance to see, what you didn't see earlier this morning, was the results of the champion duel that took place today. So we are ranked number 17, I think top 8 in the group finishes. But I'm not going to finish top 8, but it's good that I'm in the top 17, because if I finish in the top 20, um, there's a different group tier of rewards. So that's 9 through 20, and that's 21 through 50. So anytime that you upgrade your units, and of course we got the our favorite day of the week starts in about less than 10 hours. Make sure that you always go here and sync the data for your lineups. And anytime you get enough rockets as an alliance server, make sure that you're getting your dollars here, because these dollars do add up for the black market store. So guys, that'll do it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll talk to you later.